In Search of Me Now podcast. I'm your host, Lynette M Bradshaw, so let's get going. Hey, it's Lynette here, and this segment is Girls Speak Up. That's right, I want to hear from you. I want to hear your aha moments, your ideas about upcoming episodes, or do you have a question you would like me to answer on an upcoming episode? All right, well, all you have to do is go to www.insearchofmenow, leave me a voicemail, leave me a comment, leave me an email, whatever you choose to do, and you may hear your message on an upcoming segment of Girls Speak Up. I'll be waiting for your questions, your comments, your voicemails. Let's go. It's all about you. Hey guys, what's up? It's Lynette M Bradshaw, your host of In Search of Me Now podcast. I hope you're having an amazing day. Every Thursday, I'm coming to you with a new episode, sometimes just me, and then other times there are some amazing women that I'll be talking to. Don't forget to tell your friends and your family about In Search of Me Now podcast and invite them on over. Today, guys, I want to talk to you about our mindset. What are you thinking? Have you ever heard somebody tell you that I can't control what I think? I know I have. And I believed it. I believed it because no one ever taught me at that moment that my mindset was important. I've grown up. Here I am at 53. There are still some battles of my mind that I am still up against. Sometimes I have to get to a point where I'm sick and tired of things being a certain way in my life before I even acknowledge that I need to ask myself, what am I thinking? Have you ever been in that place in your life where you know that you want to be somewhere in your career? You want to have this type of relationship. You want to have this family unit. You want to see yourself doing some amazing things. When you think about yourself, you want to see how confident and courageous that you are. But yet you seem to keep coming to that point where it seems like there's a wall right in front of you, that as much as you try, as hard as you try, you can't seem to move your feet. It's not about your education. It's not about how much you know and what you've done. It's about your mindset. I know for me, my mindset has held me back in life in so many ways. I lived a life where I expected to be disappointed, expected to be let down, expected to be betrayed in a relationship, expected that I wasn't smart enough to get this place in my career. But did I ever ask myself, what are you thinking? How do you address the negative thoughts that come into your mind every day? In Search of Me requires to take examination of all the negative thoughts that are stopping you from doing the things you deserve to do in your life and that you want to do. How do you see yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Have you ever questioned, where did those thoughts come from? That's where we need to get to. We need to understand, where did those collection of thoughts and beliefs come from that shapes our thoughts and habits? Because until you do that, you'll continue to repeat the same cycles in your life, whether it's how you think, how your outlook is on life or yourself, or accepting defeat in your life because that's what you expect, because that's all you've known. You know, our mamas and our daddies told us a lot of things. That doesn't mean all of it was true or right for our lives today. But sometimes it's hard to counteract the negative things in your mind because you don't want to acknowledge it. Sometimes we become a victim in our own life because we haven't challenged our thoughts. Is it your relationships? Is it your marriage? Do you keep seeing the same things happening, but you say you don't understand why? Check your mindset. Your mind has a lot of things going on. There are a lot of things that you have experienced in life. There are things that have been said to you. There are different things in your life that help to create an image in your mind. As a photographer, one of the things that I love is that God uses my wisdom about photography to help me to understand my mind. Because the words and the experiences that we have, they create an image. They develop this picture in our mind until we challenge it. And just like photography, if you want to make the client look lighter, then you open the exposure up more. If you want it to be darker, then you shut it down. You have to make adjustments to create the picture that you want for your life. Regardless if it's something mama said, it's up to you to decide, how does that fit into my life now? I know for myself that I have to really challenge my thoughts, because now I'm clear that there are some things in my life that keep happening because of my negative mindset. I'm being vulnerable with you. I'm exposing myself, because the more honest you can be with yourself, the freer you become. Your mindset tells you who you are. Your mindset tells you what you are capable of. I don't care how many degrees you have on your wall. If your mindset says you are a failure, you're not enough, you're not smart enough, that's what you're going to line up with. It's like you're trying to outrun the negative thoughts that are in your mind that you have lived with for so long. Now it's time for you to stand still and really check the thoughts that are going through your mind. After my divorce, I had to really begin to understand who I was, because I realized at that time all the men in my life had told me that I wasn't enough. I would only deserve the time they chose to give me. That went all the way back to my father. You see, the different men in my life who showed me that and made me feel that way, they were just a product of my imagination, because that's what I believed I deserved. I looked back at my dad, of how he treated me as a little girl, as a woman, and what he showed was that a woman is not important unless I decide to give her my time and my attention. But I didn't realize that those thoughts was creating an image in my mind that I was looking for and I accepted. Where are you in your life now, where you're trying to figure out, how do you change your life? Maybe there are things going on back to back in your life and you feel overwhelmed. You can't understand, why do you keep going through this? Check your mind. What are you thinking? Your mindset is powerful in your life. What you think about you is important. I don't care what you've endured, what you have gone through in your life, and even what you've overcome. What are your thoughts about that thing when it concerns you? If you've been in a domestic violence relationship, I'm pretty sure his words tore you down before he even began to hit you. His words told you that what he was about to do and what he said, you deserved it. If he put you down, he's saying, well, I'm just telling you this so you can do better. That's a lie and manipulation. But I really want you to ask yourself, did it just start there? Or do I need to go further back to understand where this pattern is? Your mindset needs to be checked. At 53, there are a lot of belief systems in my mind that I'm giving myself permission to check, get rid of, and replace. It's time to check your thoughts, ask yourself, what am I thinking? And then begin to replace those negative thoughts about yourself, about your life, your capabilities. Replace them with something good and true, not based on what anyone in your family said or what your family thought they could do or you couldn't do. Tell yourself a new conversation. The conversation that you give to yourself is more important than what anybody else says about you. The things that you have believed, if they are putting you down, devaluing you, or making you silent, it's time to check your thoughts. It's time to erase the tape and replace it. It's in your hands. You can do it. It may not be easy, but we can do it. Each day that we desire to be the woman God designed us to be, the woman we desire to be in this world, to ourselves and then to others, is in our hands. By changing the thought processes, the patterns of our mind, erasing it, replacing it, you create a new language inside of you. Do you believe that for you, or do you believe it only for somebody else? What are you thinking? Even now, there is a tape inside of each of us. Ourselves and others have written on that tape. We replace it by changing what we think. Until you do that, that tape will continue to play. Even when it's broken, even when it's, all wrinkled up, it'll still play the same conversation. So listen to me. The divorce, that was not your end That's your beginning. Who do you desire to be now? That relationship, although you were in it for 10 years, now it's over. That is not your end. What do you desire for your life? Your children may not value you or show you that they love you as their mother. That does not determine who you are, but it will if you don't check your thoughts. So where are you right now? What are you going to do after you listen to this message? Are you going to ignore it? Are you going to continue the same tape? Continue the same inner conversations? Or are you willing to do the work to erase the tape and give yourself permission to have a new mindset, a new thought process, a new vision, a new picture inside your mind? It will feel uncomfortable, but this is what you need to do in order to set your feet in the right direction, to set your heart in the right direction. Your mind controls how you feel. And if your thoughts are old, negative, toxic, even rebellious, it will control your emotions in a way that are negative. If you desire to change that, start with what you think. Your subconscious holds memories. It reminds you of what you've done. It reminds you of what they said. It reminds you of your mistakes. Erase the tape. Begin today to replace the old with the new in the direction that you want to go for your life. I asked myself in 2010, who am I? I asked myself in 2011, after my divorce, who am I? And who I saw myself to be was so ugly as far as how I saw myself, what I was capable of, what my title was, and what everyone before that moment had told me. How they had created a picture inside of me that in order to go in the direction I desired to go, I had to change the image. Are you ready to do that for yourself today? I get it. It's not easy. I get it. You've lived with this all these years. I get it. It's something that you're familiar with and you're comfortable with. Being comfortable keeps us stuck. Being comfortable stops us from being the amazing woman we desire to be at the next level or even this level of our life. You deserve to see yourself in a positive way, to believe in a positive way, to see your life in a positive way. Regardless of your experiences, it's possible. Give yourself permission to believe in something different. You are an amazing woman. The stuff that you've been through brought you to this moment, but the residue of it, if it's causing you to always be looking back, it's time to release it. Whether it comes through forgiveness, whether it comes to learning to love yourself, whether it comes with creating boundaries with your children, whatever that process is for you, you can do it. And I want you to believe it's possible for you. Thanks, guys, so much for joining today's episode. What was your aha moment? Have you checked your thinking? What do you know about mindset? Did you learn something new? Let me know at insearchofmenow.com. Leave me a voicemail or leave me a message underneath this episode to let me know how it helped you, to let me know what you gained from this message for you. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I'll see you next Thursday with a brand new episode. And until then, have a great day.